welcome to my channel Sun of Stars. Welcome to today's pick a card reading. I know you guys love the future spouse readings. Before we begin, I want to first of all say hello to everybody who's new. My name is Cynthia and we're going to tap into the energy of your future spouse today. I'm very purple today. Purple or pink? Yeah, I look very pink. I don't know, I really like it. It looks a little bit like trippy and I don't know, I really just enjoy because I usually put the light on my wall, but I really like putting it on myself. I don't know, I feel like it looks even more mysterious. Anyway, I'm rambling. What are we talking about today? We're talking about why your future spouse will love you so much. Kind of like, why will they look at you and think to themselves, oh my God, I love this person so much, or I feel so lucky to be with pie number 1, pie number 2, pie number 3, okay? So we're basically gonna look at why they will love you so much, why they will feel so much love in their heart when they're looking at you, okay? Or the fact that they are in a relationship with you, what makes them so happy about being in a relationship with you, okay? I'm also gonna extend this reading for anybody who's interested in it. In the extended, I'm gonna dive into how they will show you that they love you, basically like their love language, or how they will show you that they love you, or how will they show you that they admire you, or that they really appreciate you. Because we all know, okay, we all know how people want you but they don't appreciate you, or they don't show you that they want you, but your future spouse is gonna show you that they love you. You see, I have a little bit of an attitude here. Okay guys, so without further ado, in the next clip you can choose between 3 images or stones, but my intention was that you choose between an image, but you can also choose between a crystal, or you can choose between a number. The moment where you turn on the camera and it was completely silent, and all of a sudden there's people out there making a noise. You see? Do you hear that? I used to see like a lot of YouTubers saying that, like, every time I put on the camera there's noises, and before that it was silent. It's really, really the truth. So if you feel indecisive, you can ask your spirit guides to help you to choose the right pile. Go on Google, find a number generator, and there you go, okay? So I would say I'm going to see you in your reading, guys. I'm super excited. I cannot wait. I'm a sucker for romance. Anyway, I'm gonna see you in your reading, guys. Beautiful pile number 1. So you chose this beautiful image here. Okay, now I can reveal what the image actually says, and it says manifesting couple. When 2 people believe in the vision, the force becomes stronger. Okay, so before we dive into the energy of why your future spouse will love you so much, I'm picking up like a little side note here, that you guys are gonna be a manifesting couple, or you guys are gonna be a couple that maybe does law of attraction together, or is manifesting together, is creating a vision board together, or that you guys will have the same vision for the future. For example, you want to relocate to a specific country, they also want to relocate, or you want to have like your own bar, or you want to open up your own bar. They have the same vision. So there's something about you will have like the same vision for the future, or you will have the same dream about the future, kind of like I want 5 children and they also want 5 children, or I want to build my own house, they also want to build their own house. They want to save turtles, you want to save turtles. Does that make sense? There's something about you guys will have like the same vision for the future, and they're gonna love that about you, that you understand where they're coming from. Like, for example, I'm being brought to somebody who really loves surfing or really craves the beach life, and other people don't understand it, like what is so special about surfing. But you and your future spouse, you will see eye to eye so much that you understand why they love surfing so much, or it might be a hobby that you guys share with each other. Does that make sense? Something along those lines. Now let's tap into the energy, okay, why your future spouse will love you so much. I'm gonna channel the energy first, and then we're gonna look at the cards together, okay? Okay, I also wrote down some notes I just remembered. Okay, so the first thing that I heard is that there's something very smooth about you. I'm picking up the energy of like sexy patience, or somebody who speaks very slowly, who walks very slowly, or you are a person who believes in slow living. Or I'm also picking up there's something about, oh yeah, it's definitely your patience. Your future spouse will love your patience a lot. It's kind of like I'm seeing an image of a lady, and it doesn't have to be exactly what you're doing, but it's just the energy that I'm describing. I'm seeing the image of a lady who has like a tree, and she wants to grow lemons, and you know, she only has a little seed, and she puts the little seed in a pot, and it takes like a few months for this lemon tree to grow, and she is watering that lemon tree every day, and she's taking care of that lemon tree every day. She's making sure that the lemon tree gets a lot of sunlight, and it starts to grow and grow and grow and grow into a beautiful lemon tree that provides lemons for you. There's something about being brought to somebody who's like very smooth. There's something about you have like a soft touch, or something about you walk very slowly, or you don't like to rush, or there's something about like, for example, I'm also seeing like you would brush your hair very slowly, or you would like, there's something very smooth about you. This could also be like your smooth skin, but since we talk about why they will love you so much, it's more like your character. So there's something about they love your patience in a world that is like rushing. Yeah, I'm hearing like rush hour. Okay, there's something about people are rushing, people are grumpy, people are like, yeah, I'm also hearing people don't have time to eat properly, to eat healthy. People don't have time to take a salt bath, like where people like really rush to work and the hustle and bustle, and they almost forget to take care of themselves. And yeah, I'm being brought to like, you're the type of person you make sure that you put rose water on your face before you go out, or again, there's something about slow talking, or you take things slowly, or you are very, very patient, and they really love that energy. It's kind of like, it's like there's something very smooth about you, okay? Even the way that you talk, I'm also hearing you have like a smooth comeback. For example, if you are in an argument with somebody, or somebody's dissing you, or somebody's saying something negative to you, you have like a very classy and smooth way to put them in their place. Does that make sense? You would not be the type of person to say like, oh, you know, like, look at your hair, it's so greasy and stuff like that. You would say like, you would say it in a more classy, in a more smooth way. You know, when, for example, again, when there's like an argument, yeah, I'm being brought to like somebody's bumping into you, and you could cuss them out. You would be the type of person to say, excuse me, sir, you just bumped into me. If you do that, you have to say thank you. There's something very smooth and very patient, okay? Like you don't burst out, and you don't cause like a whole fuss and stuff like that. You have an argument with somebody, you have a way of having a comeback, or like roasting them, or putting them in their place in a very patient and smooth and very elegant way. Okay, it's almost this energy of like I'm also being brought to like somebody, like maybe you've already encountered those situations where other people would say like, don't act as though you are the Holy Mary, or don't act as if you are holier than thou. Okay, there's something about people would say like, oh, you act like you are above me, but this is just your nature, this is just your energy. It's kind of like and when there's an argument, people would again say like, why do you act so holy and stuff like that? But this is just your very graceful, very, very graceful and elegant and very patient and smooth nature that you have. When you put somebody in their place, it's very smooth, very elegant, but it's still like there's power in it, in what you say. But again, it's kind of like, excuse me, sir, you just bumped into me. Instead of saying, look at you, you old grandpa, can you not watch where you're walking? Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like that energy. You have like a very, there's something about like very graceful, kind of like a queen or like a king, a princess. It's kind of like, I'm also being brought to like an image, and I'm not talking about like putting on a mask. It's kind of like something about like how you should behave in public, or how you should talk to other people should still be in a respectful manner, although you don't like them, or although you don't like. I'm also being brought something about like the way you express your opinion about things that you don't like, and the way that you explain things. There's something about your future spouse will love that about you, because there's almost this energy, the way that you speak and the way that you handle arguments, or the way that you handle disagreements, is so gracefully, to the point where you and your future spouse will not have so many disagreements, because you have a way of bringing your point across without attacking the other person. So there's something about, and I actually want to tell you guys, this is also going to be the reason why your marriage will last very, very long, because you have this nature to you. Because the way that you express when you don't like something is so graceful and elegant, and almost like soft and smooth, to the point where it doesn't attack your future spouse. And again, this is also going to be the reason why your marriage will last very, very long, because you don't have arguments, you have discussions. Okay, just to let you guys know. Let me show you the card. So this is the 7 of Pentacles here, and I really I feel so attracted to that energy. When I look at her, she has like a very inviting energy, but it's the smoothness. It's kind of like the way that you gracefully, I'm also hearing the way that you gracefully walk through problems, or like arguments or disagreements, or even when somebody doesn't like you, you have a way of putting them in their place without, I'm hearing, without making your hands dirty. So when I say that, this is like an energy where, for example, in a movie, I'm being brought to like a movie where there's like somebody, because I'm picking up a little bit of drama here. I'm going to talk about that in a second, but I'm picking up an energy here. And again, your future spouse will love that about you in general, because the way that you gracefully handle problems, or the way that you gracefully and very patiently handle disagreements, brings you really far in life, almost to the point where you have a way of convincing somebody who maybe was against you, but not because you were trying to convince them, but you brought your point across so gracefully and so calmly and with such patience that you made this person think and reflect, and made them realize that they really did something wrong. But again, it's not about what is wrong, what is right. This is just about expressing how you feel without attacking the other person, okay? So they're really gonna love that about you, because the way that you walk through life is like you will overcome any obstacle, or there's something about the way that you handle obstacles, the way that you handle arguments, the way that you handle problems is so gracefully. Like you don't, if there's like, I'm hearing you're not causing more chaos than there is. It's kind of like I'm being brought to an image where somebody is very patiently detangling like a chain, like when there's a chain and there's a lot of knots in it. and then there's one person who would take the chain and they would be so impatient that they rip the chain and break it, and then the other person is so patient getting the knots out of the chain that the chain is, you can still wear it and it's totally fine. And this is what I'm hearing. There's something about how you make or break connections, or how you make or break opportunities. It's kind of like you have a way of smoothly or very elegantly, I'm also being brought to sorry guys, if there's a lot coming through and I speak too fast, you can put me on slow mode. Okay, because I'm zoning out when I do your readings. I'm also being brought to, how I don't know in which religion it is, I think in Buddhism or Hinduism, where there's like coals, how do you call that? Where people walk on burning coals. And I think the way it is, I think it's something about shamanism, right? I think that's a shamanic practice to walk upon like burning coals. Again, I don't know how you call that properly. If I find the right word, I'm gonna put it somewhere here. I look at myself in the viewfinder because I'm literally pink. And I find it funny. Okay, so I'm picking up that you would be the type of person, and I know that, or like an older co-worker told me that he and his woman, his wife, they were going to a shamanic ritual, and how he was able to walk on the coals without burning his feet, and his wife was too stressed, because I feel like there's like the practice of walking over burning coals. There's something about, I don't know if it's really true, but this is the energy that I pick up here, when you have like a calm mind, or when you have a calm soul, that you don't burn yourself when you walk on burning coals. But this is what I'm seeing here. It's kind of like you have a way of very gracefully getting yourself out of chaotic situations, or very gracefully getting yourself out of like very tricky situations. That you would be the type of, I'm seeing somebody who's like very, again, gracefully walking upon those burning coals, or like hell is breaking loose and there's so much chaos, but you're still very slowly and elegantly walking through that situation to the until you find the door to get out of that chaotic energy. Does that make sense? It's kind of like, again, there's something about you are a master at handling chaos, or you are a master at handling arguments. And when I thought about like how do you say that, the explanation or like the metaphor of somebody who is trying to get the knots out of a chain, and then they rip it because they don't have patience, and then other people who are like you, who take their time to get the knots out of the chain, and then the chain is wholesome. I don't know the word, like, it's not broken basically. This also reminds me of like, I keep hearing Spirit wants to tell me that this is the reason why your relationship or your marriage will last very long, because it's all about communication. You have a way of communicating problems, or you have a way of, again, finding your way out of tricky situations so gracefully that you don't attack the other person, or specifically your future spouse. They will love when you tell them that you don't like something, because it's kind of like you have a way of gracefully and very patiently, very calmly making somebody aware of something without attacking them, and they're going to love that about you. There's something about you are a master at handling chaos. You might also be a master at handling like grumpy people, or there's something about like, because with the Five of Swords, I'm picking up the energy. I would not be surprised, it doesn't have to be with all of you, but I would not be surprised if you sometimes have a lot of problems if you sometimes have a lot of problems with a lot of people. Because I'm picking up the energy that sometimes people want to trigger you, or they want to poke you, or they want to, I'm picking up the energy that, again, you have something that is very, very graceful, almost like a princess, like a king, like a queen, who knows, I'm not gonna make a fuss out of the situation. I can handle this in a very graceful, in a very calm, in a very mature manner, without cussing, or without, causing any more problems, or without breaking the chain, because I'm impatient. And yeah, I'm being brought to like somebody who, I'm being brought to like a queen or like a king who speaks, and when they speak, again, they don't sugarcoat that there's a problem, but the way that they say it is in a smooth and in a calm manner. And I pick up the energy that sometimes people want you to act out, or maybe there's an energy of like you maybe have encountered people who were trying to have an argument with you, or who were trying to poke you. I'm also picking up there's people that that would like to, like, they want to cause problems with your reputation. Okay, so I'm picking up the energy for some of you guys. You have encountered people who were trying to, or again, they're saying like, oh, don't act as though you are like holier than thou, or you're better than me, and you didn't even say anything. You were just, the way that you speak, the way that you talk, the way that you carry yourself is like a queen who's trying to bring a point across, is like a king who's trying to bring a point across without attacking, without going below the belt. Do you know what I mean? And then other people, like, they want to fight with you, but there's no way to fight with you, because you have a way of like, you have a way of, I don't know, like making something that is like, you see the pot here, right? And the pot is like brewing, and there's like, there's a lot of heat. Okay, yeah, I'm hearing you're not acting in the heat of the moment, which a lot of people do. Okay, like in the heat of the moment you say something stupid. In the heat of the moment, like, again, there's something very graceful, something about, for example, I'm also picking up this energy of like, I don't want to like embarrass you in public, I'm going to talk to you in private. Does that make sense? Something like that. And again, I feel like there's sometimes people who want to trigger you, or I wouldn't be surprised if you have a lot of people that are evil-eyeing you. Again, just take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, don't take that message here. Okay. Yeah, I'm picking up the energy. Your future spouse will feel like there is something about, we have the card here, I'm not used to this, but it feels good. There is something about you that, this is gonna sound very weird, but I'm gonna say it. I'm picking up the energy that what your future spouse is gonna love about you is like, there's something about you when you guys have your first argument, or when you guys have your first fight. They will find it so sexy, or like so endearing, so admirable, the way you carry yourself in that fight. I'm also hearing it's important for you to have arguments or discussions with your partner to know how they will act when they are angry. There's something about the way that you act when you are angry, or when you are frustrated, or when you feel mentally conflicted is so graceful. It is so, again, you have a way of smooth. There's something about, yeah, I'm being brought to like smoothly detangling the situation, smoothly talking to each other. Yeah, and there's something about your future spouse will just love the way that you talk when you guys have like a fight or an argument. Okay, I'm also picking up your future spouse is not used to a woman or a man like you who turns arguments or fights into discussions that actually help, or like there's something about like it's gonna be the best fight they ever had. And I know it sounds so stupid, but there's something about like, you know how fights turn into separation, or they turn into like a big problem, a big fuss, and your future spouse is gonna feel like, wow, like I did something wrong, but she's not attacking me. Pen number 1 is not attacking me. We're talking about that very, very calmly. And I don't know, they're really gonna admire that about you, that you make it work. But again, there's something about the way that you speak, how patient you are with a person, how patient you are to detangle the jewelry, the chain, so that it doesn't break, is the reason why your relationships or your marriages are gonna last very, very long here. Okay, your future spouse is not gonna be used to such a calm, elegant, graceful energy here. There's also something about your future spouse is going to love about you that you know when you are in the wrong and you actually admit it. There's something about, yeah, I fucked up, or yeah, I did something wrong, and it's kind of like, but let's talk about it. Does that make sense? They're actually going to really love that about you. That, yeah, I'm also hearing that you don't have such a big ego. There is something about, look at that. Do you know what I'm hearing? You don't have ego, you have class. Okay, so you know that you are a queen, you know that you are a king, you know that you want to treat yourself good and you want other people to treat yourself good, but you're not stuck up. That is like two different energies. I'm picking up like a queen or like a king who is trying to make an announcement and bring their point across in a very calm manner. They want the other, it's interesting, it's kind of like I want the other person in front of me to understand where I'm coming from. It's not about me being right. I just want to let them know where I am coming from, and it's not about proving them wrong or telling them that they are wrong, or like attacking them for attacking me. Like this is not the way that you roll, okay? This is what your future spouse is gonna love about you. Also, again, how you gracefully handle a very uncomfortable like conversation on the phone, how you very gracefully handle like an argument, your comeback when people are attacking you, because I feel like you do go through some type of attacks here and there. For some of you guys, it's spiritual attacks. For others of you, there has been like a golden thread or like a repeating cycle. There's like a repeating cycle where people attack you for no goddamn reason, and your future spouse is gonna feel like, man, you have so much class, you're so elegant, the way that you handle problems, okay? Even problems in the marriage and in the relationship. And again, I'm gonna say it a third time. This is the reason why your marriage is gonna last with your future spouse, because you have this nature. They're gonna love that about you. How a fight turns into, let's talk about it. And then it turns into, ooh, you look sexy today. And then it turns into kissing instead of, take your clothes and get out of here. Okay? And even if there is like a situation where you guys have like a fight, there's like, you have a way of making love to, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like you're making love to the problem or there's something about you handle things with love and patience instead of with ego and cockiness. That's what it is. So basically, to keep it short and simple, you put people in their place with class. Or how can I say that? There is something about when you talk to your partner, you're still gonna treat them like a king or like a queen, although you put them in their place. Does that make sense? So they're still gonna feel like you have so much respect for them. There is something about you bring your point across with love, or you bring your point across, or you bring across what you're trying, or what your problem is with so much love that people cannot be mad at you. Okay, and again, I think this is one of the most important things when it comes to marriages, to have a way where you communicate to your partner in a way where it works and it doesn't become like an explosion, basically, because explosions lead to divorce, lead to whatever. Okay, we also have here supernatural and psychic. Okay, so for some of you guys, your future spouse is gonna love I just wanted to say a psychic ass, so they might actually find it sexy about you. Okay, they might really find it sexy that you are psychic, or that you know a lot about astrology, that you do witchcraft, or that you are into manifestation. There is something about you have like either a big passion for manifestation, for law of attraction, for anything psychic and stuff like that, and I feel like you have like a lot of knowledge about it. For some of you guys, you don't have to be psychic. For others of you, I'm also picking up the energy, if you are like a believer in religion, that you know a lot about religion and you can actually quote psalms from the Bible, or like you can quote. There's also something about like, for some of you guys, you're really good at quoting, or like remembering quotes from big people, or something about like, even when you speak, you sometimes sound like when you speak, you sometimes say stuff that could be a quote or something along those lines. Okay, but there's something about your future spouse will love about you, how much knowledge you have about God, or how much you talk about God, or how much you talk about like psychic things, astrology and stuff like that, kind of like a nerd. They're actually going to really enjoy you talking about astrology, about psychic things, about like, I'm also hearing you are introducing them into a completely new world. If you are really in the psychic realm, where you do your witchcraft and you talk to departed loved ones and stuff like that, your future spouse will feel like now they feel fulfilled. It's kind of like, sometimes people only live here, and I talked about that in a different reading. They only live here, they're not connected to the spirit realm. And not being connected to the spirit realm, in my opinion, means that you don't have both both sides, or the best of both worlds, basically. So when the spiritual aspect is missing, there's also gonna be like an emptiness in people. And your future spouse will feel like ever since you introduced them to the spirit realm, to psychic things, to tarot readings, to manifestation, to witchcraft and stuff like that, or white magic, or I don't know, like meditation, ever since you've done that, they feel so fulfilled. They feel like this is what has been missing in their life. Or if they already are in the realm where they are psychic themselves, or they really like to practice certain things, okay, that are connected to the spiritual realm, they're just going to be happy that they can practice it with you, that they can do law of attraction with you, that they can speak positive affirmations with you, that they can talk about God with you, that they can talk about astrology with you, about like, you know, like I saw my grandpa in my dream last night and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm also being brought to like dream meaning here. Okay, we also have the card here, you will have a dream or a vision of your future spouse soon. So this could be a spirit letting you know that you will have a vision or a dream of your future spouse very, very soon. Okay, so be aware of your dreams. There might be a really nice, beautiful, romantic dream that is about to happen in your life. Okay, yeah, I'm also hearing your future spouse will love your gut feeling, because most of the time you are right. Okay, there's something about most of the time when you say certain things, or like I'm also being brought to like your future spouse will feel like they sometimes don't even have to say something because you already know, and they're gonna love that about you. Or you're the one that brings up the topic because you intuitively feel like you want to talk about it. There is something about the way that you talk, okay, especially about uncomfortable things, or especially how to navigate through chaotic situations or very problematic situations here. This, when I talk about problematic situations, this could also be how to gracefully handle financial difficulty, how to gracefully handle you know, like a problem with your apartment, how to gracefully handle a stressful day with 3 kids. Does that make sense? This is what I'm picking up here. Okay, now with the third eye here, again, this is like your very calm nature. You have like a very calm, relaxing effect on other people, or especially on your future spouse. Your future spouse is gonna love how, again, how you take care of yourself. I'm also picking up like, again, you treat yourself like a king or like a queen. You smell good, you make sure that you put coconut oil on your skin, or you make sure that, like, I don't know, there's something about they're gonna love to just be in your energy, because it's like very relaxing, kind of like a spa energy. I'm also picking up here, if I could describe your energy, okay, metaphorically speaking, just imagine a very busy city with a lot of grumpy people that want to walk in a lot of different directions, and it's like bumping into each other, and I want to go in this direction. And you, on the other hand, your energy is like a calm ocean, like shh, shh. That's what it feels like. Oh, I'm also seeing here your future spouse is going to love the way that you dance, or the way that you know, shake your hips, in case you are somebody who likes to dance. Okay. Yeah, there's something about what your future spouse is going to love so much about you is your patience. But your patience does not mean that you are a turtle and you take 15 years to get something done. This is not what it is. It almost feels like your calm nature, like other people would freak out. Oh my God, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And you would be like, okay, let's calm down. Let's collect our thoughts, okay? How can we handle this situation in the best possible manner? And it almost feels like your future spouse will love so much about you that you always have the right solution. You always have the right answer. Not because you're smarter than other people or better than other people, but because you are like a calm ocean, okay? It's kind of like, do you know that one scene, I think I already put it, or like I talked about it a few times in different readings, where Master 𝐸𝑗𝑜𝑦, the turtle from Kung Fu Panda, he was talking to Master Shifu. I'm gonna put this in the description box in case I find it. And Master 𝐸𝑗𝑜𝑦, yeah, you're kind of like Master 𝐸𝑗𝑜𝑦, like a turtle who's very, very calm. And, you know, like, because you are so calm, you see things clearly. Yes, because you are calm, you see things clearly. When other people are like all jumbled up in their mind, you see things clearly, or you clearly see the way out of a situation. This is what your future spouse is going to love about you, okay? There's also something I'm also hearing, you are untouched by materialism, or your future spouse will really love about you that you are not. There's something about they will love about you that you're not so much into materialism. There's something about, yes, you enjoy money or you want to live good, but that doesn't mean, I'm also hearing, that doesn't mean that I'm going to sell my soul, or I'm going to sell my authenticity, or I'm going to sell my voice. There's something about, I'm going to make my dreams happen in a very authentic way, without being fake, without getting tempted to have a fake smile and like smiling at people that I don't like. Or do you know what I mean? It's kind of like how you don't become fake just to make it in the world, or just to make something happen in your life here, okay? How you gracefully find a way to bring a lot of stability into your life, or to manifest your dream house, or to manifest your dream future, your dream reality, your dream apartment, without selling your soul, without faking a smile, without lying, without being cocky, without competing. Okay, very beautiful that you have a very elegant way to make your dreams a reality, or to get to your goals. Okay. I'm hearing, if you want to go and take a ride with me, na 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 na. Hey, it must be the money. If you want to go and get high with me. I'm picking up the energy again. There's something about, how can I say that? I'm being brought to, because with the Knight of Pentacles, I'm picking up the energy here of like greedy rich, like I'm hearing filthy rich, or like greedy rich people that are not, I don't know, there's something about greedy rich people that are not happy with what they have. And then there's people that, like, there's something about people that never can get enough. They can never get enough. Your future spouse is gonna love about you how content you are with what you have. And if you want more, you're not gonna moan about it, or like, oh, why do other people have it and I don't? You're just gonna make it happen. Point blank period. I'm just gonna make it happen. And they really love that attitude about you, because it brings you really far in life, and it also protects your future family. It also protects your home. It also protects like your financial situation in the future with your future spouse. Does that make sense? Okay. There is something about I'm also hearing you're really good at like learning, or you're genuinely somebody who wants to learn about the other person, or you genuinely want to like understand. Again, you don't want to be right, you want to understand. That is a very, very graceful and impressive energy, because there's a lot of people that want to be right. They don't want to know the truth, they want to be right. They don't want to have a healthy discussion, they want to be right. Okay. Let's see, let's get a few more cards here. I'm also hearing you have a way of seeing things from a completely different perspective, or when everybody says the color red is sexy, I'm hearing I beg to differ, or I disagree. And again, you have like a very beautiful way of disagreeing, or a very beautiful way of, you know, bringing your point across when you speak. Okay, so with the Hangman here, I'm picking up the energy. You have a beautiful way of seeing things from a different perspective. It's kind of like when people see a shitty situation for shitty, you find the silver lining to turn the shitty situation into your favor. It's kind of like, okay, so that happened, that's shitty, but there's something about, I'm hearing negative words, negative people, and negative circumstances cannot handle you. You handle them. It's kind of like, again, you are not the type of person to let a person ruin your day, to let a circumstance ruin your week. You gracefully handle it, and it's kind of like you are above the problem, or you are above the circumstance. And it's not about being better, but again, you are the master of, like, you make problems your bitch. Does that make sense? Okay, let's see, let's get one more card. What is your future spouse gonna love so much about you? I don't know, I feel like you're the type of person to stay calm in a very tricky situation until you find the door to get out of it. And then it's like in a movie. Do you know in a movie where somebody wants to escape a situation, and they do it like when you are loud, or when you are like, when you don't do it in a calm manner, you might, tip something over, or you might make a noise and the other person sees you and can catch you, and you don't escape the situation. You have a way of like escaping the situation, kind of like a snake, or kind of like, you know what I mean? Escaping a situation where the people don't hear you and you get out of that. Yeah, I'm seeing like a little bit of like a sly energy, but again, it's a sly of like not making a situation worse than it is. Okay, they're gonna love that about you. Okay, let's see. These cards just came in the mail. What is pile number 3? What is pile number 1's future spouse gonna love about pile number 1 so much? Let's see. Okay, one more card, please. What is pile number 1's future spouse gonna love about pile number 1 so much? Virgo. The card says methodical. Yeah, you have a strategy and a method, or you analyze a situation so much so that you understand the dark aspect, the light aspect, that you understand, oh, this could go wrong, like I shouldn't be screaming at the person on the phone if I want to get the documents. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, so the card says methodical, aligned, ritualistic, efficient, insightful, healthy, dutiful, discerning, witchy, subtle. Yeah, you see, you have like a subtle approach, or you have a subtle way of getting out of tricky situations. Pure, redefined, accurate, solitary, courageous, critical, nervous, and perfectionist. Okay, so with the Virgo energy here, pile number 1, I'm picking up the energy. Listen, this is so beautiful what I'm picking up here. I'm picking up here, no matter in what situation you are, your chakras are still aligned, or you're still aligned with God. You're still aligned with the universe, to the point where you find the door out of that mess. Like you always find a way out of a mess, out of a difficult situation, in a very methodical, in a very analytical, but at the same time very graceful and also very loving way. Okay, it's kind of like when people want to win with pushing their elbows against like other people, like, no, I want to be the first. You're like, you're very elegant, or it's kind of like you're almost like flying above okay, above the crowd. Okay, but again, it's not about you being better or something like that. It's just like you have a different way of handling difficult situations, which actually brings a lot of success to you. Success in your marriage, success in your family, success with you raising your children, success in business, whatever you're focused on. Okay, my beautiful pile number 1. I am going to extend this reading on Patreon now. The link is down in the description box. I'm going to look at how your future spouse will show you that they love you and appreciate you, okay? How they will show you that they really, really love you. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to put the link for the extended down in the description box. And if not, I'm going to see you in my next one. I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. Are you ready to find out what your future spouse is gonna love so much about you? Okay, so that's the image that you've chosen. Now I can reveal what it says. And it says you will be meeting your future spouse within the next few weeks and months. So guys, the universe or your spirit guides want to let you know you're most likely going to meet your future spouse within the next few weeks or months. Okay, so it's not that you're gonna have to wait for 3 years or something like that. You're gonna meet them within the next few weeks and months. Okay, but I want to cleanse the energy first, and then we're gonna talk about everything, and I'm gonna show you the cards, because Spirit told me that, I don't know if you guys have, I'm being brought to that you went through something very dark in your life, or there is something, I don't know how to describe that energy. I feel like you have a very hard past, or the way that you grew up was very harsh, or for some of you guys, you maybe got bullied by your family or bullied in school, or you really had to fight to get to where you are right now, or I don't know. I feel like you went through something that was quite intense here. I'm picking up For some of you guys now, this is not for everybody, this is just for somebody in particular, okay? And then I'm going to go into the general messages here. I'm also picking up the energy for some of you guys. You have, I mean, you could call it a gift, but also like a curse, where you have prophetic dreams before something bad happens, okay? For some of you guys, I see that here again. It's not for all of you, just for somebody in particular, and then I'm going to go into the general energy. Some of you guys, you have a way of knowing when something bad happens, or there's something about, for some of you guys, you recently have like a lot of nightmares, or I don't know, you see like, I don't know how to describe that energy. For me, it feels like you either went through something very, very traumatic. Again, this could be a near-death experience. This could be you got bullied in school, you got bullied in your family, something very traumatic happened in your family history, or something happened here, okay? And I'm picking up, you have a way, again, for some of you guys, you have a way of knowing when something bad is gonna happen, okay? With the Nine of Swords, I'm seeing, like, do you know what I'm actually seeing here? I'm seeing a scenario, or I'm seeing like Harry Potter, where he had this dream, like, that's interesting. Okay, how can I say that? So I'm seeing here that you encountered a lot of snakes, or a lot of like people that were very, very dark. Their aura, their energy was very, very dark. You might have come in contact with people who don't have much love in their heart, and they do other stuff, if you know what I mean. Or people who treat other people very harshly, or very like a very harsh environment, a very harsh past, a very harsh upbringing. And you encountered a lot of people that had no compassion, or that had no, like, I'm hearing no mercy, that were very, 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 this could even be like very strict parents that didn't show you much love, okay? Applied to your situation as it is. For others of you, this could also be, again, just very like people that were, do you see? Like, I'm trying to say it as nicely as possible, but these were like not so nice people that you've been in contact with. May that be relationship, friendship, whatever, whoever. Okay, and I'm picking up the energy for some of you guys. You have like this energy of knowing when something is not right, or like you have a gut feeling that tells you this person is not right, or the situation is not right. Or again, you could be somebody who has like prophetic dreams, where you see where something bad is happening, or you pick up on bad news in dreams, or something about you dream a lot, or you see a lot in your dreams, or something about you are very, very intuitive, where you see or know things that you shouldn't know. I'm also hearing you're the type of person to find out secrets, or to like, I'm also seeing here that you're the type of person, you have dreams, you know when somebody's doing you wrong, because you have dreams of that person, how they do you wrong in a dream, okay? Or it's just your intuition that picks it up, or you can, like, I don't know, but again, it's something about, like, even if you don't pick it up, you definitely were kind of like in a situation where somebody really tried to, like, again, this could be like a very bad marriage, you getting bullied, or somebody, like, again, for some of you guys, you also went through an energy of like somebody putting a spell on you, or like trying to manipulate you or the energy, or something like that you wanted to, you know, like a job that you wanted to approach, or something like that, okay? Now, for others of you, if it's not that energy, I feel like you are the type of person that you don't deal with bullshit. Yeah, but yeah, this is what it is. There's something about, you see through people that are manipulative, or you see through people that are, there is something about, you see through the bullshit, okay? Or you cannot get manipulated very easily. I'm also, yeah, but if I say you cannot get manipulated, I'm also being brought to, you're not the type of person to get sucked into social media and waste your day. Or even if you do, you realize it and you snap out of it. Does that make sense? So there's something about, you cannot get manipulated by advertisement, or you cannot get manipulated by fashion trends, or by social media, or literally by people, or something like that. It's like people cannot fuck you over. People cannot play you, but maybe they could have played you in the past, but they can't anymore, if that makes sense, okay? Now, the reason your future spouse is going to love that so much about you is they almost perceive you as somebody who is going to, how can I say that energy? It's kind of like you make your future spouse realize when they get manipulated, or when they, like, something about like the way you take control of your life, of your mind. Okay, I'm seeing somebody who has a lot of self-control. I'm picking up your future spouse is gonna really love like your self-control. Your self-control, how you are your own person and you don't get manipulated by fashion trends. You don't get manipulated by advertisement that tells you should look differently. It's kind of like a woman. Okay, I'm just gonna describe like two energies. A woman who knows that she has a little bit of fat here and there, and if she wants to, she can change it, but she's not gonna change it because she saw an advertisement. Okay, and imagine that. Let's say your future spouse loves that you have a little bit of like, rolls, or a little bit of like curves, or that you are very skinny. Your future spouse loves that about you, but you don't love it about yourself. And then the energy in the bedroom is going to be very, very different from a woman that feels confident in her body, even though it's not perfect, and in a woman that doesn't feel confident in her body, even though her partner likes her body. There are going to be two different experiences in the bedroom. And your future spouse is gonna love how I'm hearing your future spouse is gonna love how you accept yourself for who you are, or how you're not getting, again, manipulated by advertisement, or there's something about you don't go with the stream, you don't go with fashion trends, you set your own trends. Like when everybody's wearing beige, to look put together, you wear purple and green, or like everybody's like wearing white sneakers, but you buy them in blue. Like, I don't know, there's something about like you don't go with the trend, you do your own thing. Your future spouse really loves, I'm hearing you're like hot-headed. Do you say? No, I think hot-headed is the wrong word, but you're like somebody, you are the type of person you don't let other people tell you what to do. Okay, you have a little bit of like a provocative, or like a little bit of like an edgy energy. I'm picking up you might be somebody who dresses a little bit more on the darker spectrum, okay? Or you might be a person who likes to mix darker spectrum, like darker clothing with very colorful ones, okay, putting your own little twist to it. And then for others of you, you might be somebody who, again, there's something about you're connected to darkness, okay? So this could be that your past was very, very dark, and what you learned from your past made you into a person that is very like self-aware, has a lot of self-control, takes things into their own hands, no victim mentality. Your future spouse loves that you don't play victim. Even if you are a victim of circumstances, you don't stay in that victim mentality. Your future spouse loves your ambition, okay? There's this energy of like, yeah, this happened to me, but I'm gonna make it happen. If I want to become a millionaire, I'm gonna become a millionaire, even if my upbringing was bad. Or I'm gonna believe in love, even if my last marriage was completely shitty. And your future spouse is really gonna, I'm actually hearing your future spouse is gonna admire this about you. There's something about having such a strong sense of, this is who I am, take me as I am or leave, okay? Where a lot of people can get molded, like, oh, I should be this, I should be that, okay? Or I should be a certain way, or I should fit into the crowd. No, it's kind of like this energy. I'm also hearing, I'm being brought to a video by Sierra where she says, give me a moment, I've been talking a lot. I'm being brought to a movie by Sierra where she says, there's a lot of people that are going to say no to you. Don't accept that no. Work so hard until somebody says yes to you. This is what I'm picking up here with you. It's your consistency, it's your resilience, it's your fearlessness, it is your way of you saying no to certain things that you don't believe in. Even though everybody in the crowd believes in it, you don't believe in it, you say no to it. But at the same time, you're the type of person, when you go to a casting or when you try something and it doesn't work, on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one, until I find the right thing for me. It's like a very fierce, very bold, very straightforward, laser focused energy that you have. Okay, I'm also picking up your future spouse is gonna love that you are stubborn. Now, I'm hearing you have like a very healthy stubbornness where you are so stubborn that you get what you want because you get what you want. It's kind of like people cannot tell you that something is not possible. People cannot tell you that you should live your life a certain way. And your future spouse is gonna love that edginess. They're gonna love how you stand so strong and firm in who you are, even if you wear green with blue and it doesn't mix together, but you wear it and you rock it. There's something about you rock something, or you wear it, or you're gonna make it happen, or like, I don't know, there's also something about like again, this energy of like, I'm not letting social media trick me into wasting my time. I'm gonna build my business. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna heal my mind. I'm gonna work on my mental health. Like, there's something about like, you are somebody, you cannot be stopped. Your future spouse, what they're gonna love so much about you is that you are unstoppable. Nothing and nobody can stop you from what you want. Okay, it could also sometimes be to your detriment because maybe sometimes you don't know when to take a break, but overall it's a very good trait to get to where you want to be. Okay, you are your own individual. You are your own individual. Okay, it's this energy of like, you cannot get manipulated. Even if there's like an authority figure in front of you, you're gonna listen to their words. Like, you're not just gonna trust that person just because they are an authority figure. You're gonna listen to their words, feel the energy, and then decide if you want to trust that person or if you don't. There's also this energy of like seeing through politics, and there's something about like, listen, I'm also hearing you might also be the type of person, you understand like the matrix, or you understand how politics works, or how the money business works, how they print more money. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like this energy. You either understand how bad people work or what they do. I'm being brought to like, there's something about, something about the darkness. I don't know what it is. Okay, this could go in the energy of like, about dark magic, or about like the dark side of the matrix, how they print more money, and when they print more money, the value becomes less of the dollar, or how social media, what kind of effect social media has on our psychological mind. Does that make sense? It's kind of like, you can spot the darkness, or you can spot the bullshit. Like, what they do in politics, for example, what they do in the business industry, what they do to get more customers. Like, you're very like, you understand the villain. Like, you understand the villain, or you understand where a lot of people have their downfall in life. Like, for example, realizing that you are in a victim mentality and changing it. Your future spouse is gonna love that about you, because there's something so fierce, so bold. Like, you are your own person. Your mind cannot be changed unless you want it to be changed, unless you want it to get inspired or something along those lines. Okay, there's something very like something very fierce about you. The reason they're gonna like that about you is because they might also be a person, I'm picking up somebody, not that you are rebelling against society, but you are, there's a lot of traps that are in society. You're the type of person, even if you walk into a trap, you get out of it. There's something about, again, nothing can stop you. There's like this trap of like becoming materialistic and losing yourself, the trap of becoming cocky and thinking you're better than other people, the trap of getting sucked into social media, the trap of like trusting sweet words and not looking at the signs that surround the person. Like, there's something about, you cannot be manipulated, you cannot be changed, you cannot be molded. You're you. Like, I'm hearing you are true to yourself. You are like, you don't fake. You are so like, your future spouse is gonna love how authentic you are, even if it offends other people. There's something about, even if it offends other people, the way that you think or the way that you live your life, you're so confident in doing it, or you're so confident. I'm also picking up, you're the type of person to actually like if I could describe it, you're the type of person to ask your future spouse, like, hey, have you already holding them accountable. Yeah, you're the type of partner that holds your partner accountable to the point where they thrive and rise. Okay, you're the type of woman, you're the type of man to hold yourself accountable, but to also hold the people that you love accountable. Hey, have you already taken your medication? Have you already, worked on your confidence? Have you already done this? Have you already done that? There's something about you hold people accountable, but not to hold something against them, but you actually want to see the people that you love like doing great or doing good, okay? And I'm picking up the energy here that your future spouse is going to love that, because you are the reason why your future spouse is going to do a lot of things that they were either afraid of, or you're going to be the reason why your future spouse does a lot of things that they never thought they could do. But you're such a, you push people to, I'm hearing you push people to success, or you push people to rise, or you push people to overcome fear, or you push people to overcome manipulation, or you push people to have such a strong self-control. You inspire people to have such a strong fierce self-control, that kind of creating your own reality, not letting other people tell you something is not you would rather try and fail than to let other people tell you don't even try, it's not gonna work. You're the type of person when somebody tells you it's not gonna work, don't try it, you're gonna be like, you tell me it's not working, well, let me try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I want to see if what you say is the right thing, or if what you say is true. Maybe it just doesn't work for you, maybe it just doesn't work in your reality, but in my reality, with my positive thoughts, maybe it works for me. Does that make sense? And you inspire other people to take risks as well. You're gonna inspire your future spouse to take a risk, or to really get I'm hearing to really get a grip, okay? You might be the type of person you're gonna inspire your future spouse to go to the gym, to go to a Zumba class, to move to a different country, to hold a speech. You're really pushing them to greatness, basically, okay? And they're really, really gonna love that about you. Another thing that I want to throw into the mix here is, and this is a very specific message, and I forgot about it when I was talking before, because I talk a lot. I'm also picking up here for somebody specific. If you know that you sometimes have dreams that you would really not want to have, but they tell you that something bad is gonna happen. If you have that energy with I'm hearing, if you have this intuitive psychic energy, or this has happened to you before where you saw something not so good happen, okay? Because I'm being brought to Harry Potter, where he had a dream of, you know who? The Dark Lord in Harry Potter, how the Dark Lord was attacking Ron's father in a dream. And Harry Potter had that dream, and he saw that this bad thing was happening, and he was warning Ron's family, and then they could save the father. So I'm picking up the energy here. For somebody in particular, you're gonna have a vision where something is not you're gonna have a vision where you're gonna warn your future spouse about something, okay? You might be warning them and it doesn't even have to be a dream. For some of you guys, it could be, in case you are very, very psychic, but you could be saving them from something very bad. For example, they're filling out documents, and you're watching over the documents, and then you see that your future spouse made a mistake. There's something about you have an eye for details, or there's something about you intuitively avoid traps, or something tells you that something is off. You have the feeling I should go into the kitchen, and then you see, oh, the stove was still on. And I feel you're gonna save your future spouse from something here, okay? This could be saving your future spouse from, or saving somebody in your future spouse's family. For example, you tell your future spouse, I had a dream that your dad was signing a contract and something bad happened. And then you tell your dad about not signing the contract, and then you avoid, or then your dad avoids a trap. Does that make sense? This is what I'm picking up here. There's something about the universe will work through you to avoid a problem in your future spouse's life, or you're going to help your future spouse with something here, either through a dream, or you're going to warn them of something. There's something about, and I'm hearing they're gonna thank you for the rest of their life for warning them, okay? So again, this could be that you have more knowledge about this topic and you help this person, like, hey, you know, like, or you could even be like helping them to pass a test because you have more knowledge in a particular area where they have to pass a test. Does that make sense? There's something about you're going to save your future spouse from something. I don't know what it is. It's going to be very different for all of you, but you're going to save them from something. You're going to save them from a trap, okay? Don't sign this contract, don't go to this meeting, like, I don't know. But again, I feel like you have like a natural energy where you know when something is wrong, or don't make business with that person. I have a very, very weird feeling with that person, and then it turns out it is true. There's something extremely intuitive about you, okay? Now, we also have here the cards No Regrets. Okay, this is what I'm picking up here. Your future spouse is gonna love how you live your life the way you want to, and not by the book, not what social media tells you, but how you want to live your life. And it's very authentic, it's very unique, very individual. It has like, I'm hearing you have edges. You're not 100% like polished, like perfect and polished and stuff like that. There might also be something where you are a little bit like edgy. You might have piercings, more of like a rough beard, or the way that you dress is a little bit more edgy, a little bit more provocative, a little bit more dark, or color blocking, kind of like you would stick out in the crowd, even if it's not with the way that you dress. It could be with the way that you speak, that you are no sugarcoating. I'm gonna say it how it is. It's smelling bad in here, for example, or not sugarcoating and saying to a person, this sounded very manipulative, why you're talking to me like that. This is like, and they're gonna love that, because again, you have a natural talent to avoid traps, or to see through the bullshit, or to warn people, or you're so smart. There's something about, you would also be like, there's something about you are smart because you understand the villain, or you understand the darkness, or you understand how something can manipulate us, and you're helping people to snap out of a manipulation, or to snap out of something here, okay? With the no regrets and no what ifs, you live life the way you want to. Your future spouse is gonna love that about you. That you're not polished, you are real. Not polished, not perfect, you are real. They're gonna love that about you, okay? Not a robot who's polished, everything is perfect, like a robot, okay? Which reminds me of Kim Kardashian, I'm not gonna lie. You're real, okay? You say when something is wrong, you say when something is right, you say when something is manipulative, you talk about the dark stuff, you talk about manipulation, you talk about all of that, like no sugarcoating. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You are like a dark coffee. The dark coffee that wakes somebody up, gives them energy to do their thing. No sugar. But they're actually gonna love that about you, that you are that way. I'm also picking up here with the no regrets and no what ifs. You might have like a very interesting lifestyle, or the way that you live your life, or maybe even your diet, whatever it is. It feels like you are the type of person, you live to the fullest. Your future spouse is gonna love that about you, because you inspire them to live to the fullest, okay? Being in a relationship, being in a marriage with you means living life to the fullest. Being in a relationship and in a marriage with you means reaching your full potential. May that be reaching your full potential in the bedroom, your full potential with your mental health, your full potential with money, your full potential with business. You are a full potential person, okay? You wanna see what is on the other side of, like, what if I overcome my negative habits? What if I train my mind to work for me? What if I speak good things into existence? What if I dress differently? What if I stop being on social media? You want to know what it feels like to be on optimal health, or to have a lot of money, not because you want to have money, but you want to see if you can make it in the game that is like created upon planet Earth. Does that make sense? So you're not the type of person that you want money, but you don't want the other people in the higher position to manipulate you or to control your life, okay? And in order for other people not to control your life, you have to have some type of like discipline, or some type of like strong will to somehow find a way to live your life according to how you want, and not by the book. Or again, to find a way to become self-employed, because you don't want to be you don't want to live according to somebody else's time schedule. Does that make sense? Or you're the type of person like you want to have your control, you want to have control over your health. Okay, you don't want to get like manipulated, or you don't want to get how do you say that, like tempted to buy chocolate when you know you could work out and have like abs and stuff like that. Okay, so there's something about no regrets, no what ifs. You're the type of person, you take a risk, you move to a different country, you learn a new language, you try things out. Okay, and there's something about your future spouse is gonna love life. I'm hearing they're gonna love to live life with you because you are so spontaneous, because you bring them to places that they never thought they would go to, because you are like very impulsive, you have ideas and you make those ideas happen. You're not the type of person to ponder upon your ideas. Your idea is your idea. Here's the plan, let's make it happen. They love that about you. There's something about they don't have to wait. There's something about you're very, very fast with your actions, okay? Because pair number 1 was quite slow with their energy. Okay, everything has their advantage and disadvantage, but you're like you're somebody, you could also be somebody who achieves success fast, or you are somebody who learns very fast, or you are somebody who sees through manipulation very fast, or who finds their self-control very fast, or who makes things happen very fast, who comes up with plans very fast here. Okay, they're gonna love living life with you because you live life to the fullest. No stone is unturned. Okay, there is something about also the way that you speak, okay? Because we have here the card, I knew at the moment I heard your voice. Your future spouse is gonna love your voice. They can listen to you for hours on the phone, as you guys go to a coffee shop, to a restaurant. They just want to listen to you talk. They feel like you're so smart. There could also be an energy where you have hidden energy. You have hidden information about certain things, like how the health industry works, or how the business industry works, how the money, cryptocurrency works, the psychology of little children, how it works. It's kind of like you have information about behind the scenes. And your future spouse is going to be like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. There's something about your knowledge, your intellect is so like, your future spouse is going to be turned on by your intelligence. Okay, is what I'm picking up here, as well as your voice. They're just going to love your voice. They're going to love listening to you talk. I'm also hearing because you know what you're talking about. Okay, you're not just talking in order to talk. You're talking to make a change, or you're talking like you are the person who walks the talk. You say you want to make something happen, you make it happen. Okay, I'm also hearing you're the boss of your own life, or you have control over your health, you have control over your life, you have control over your finance. Like the way that you have control over everything is really like, first of all, inspiring, and at the same time, again, there's something about it's gonna make them feel safe because you are a person who has so much self-control. Okay, I'm also picking up the energy you have a very, very, very beautiful mix of a very feminine, intuitive, nurturing energy, but at the same time a go-getter, somebody who doesn't sugarcoat things, somebody who doesn't wait, somebody who makes a plan. You have these two energies in perfect balance is what I'm picking up here. You might also have like resting bitch face, or you might have like a very intimidating energy to you. Again, it could be the way that you dress, the way that you live your life, the way that you speak. Your opinions are very, very strong. Your future spouse is gonna love that. They feel like you are strong enough for this harsh world. Does that make sense? It's kind of like you're strong enough to make your finances grow. You're strong enough to cope with this harsh energy in the world. You're strong enough to stay healthy in a very unhealthy world. You're strong enough to raise children in a healthy manner. There's something about you're strong enough, your strength. You're strong enough to not get manipulated and controlled by society. Okay, with the Mars versus Venus again, you have like a very warrior energy, like a very like, I'm gonna fight for my health, I'm gonna fight for my happiness, I'm gonna fight for my family, I'm gonna fight for my relationship. But at the same time, there's also this very intuitive energy of like, I feel like this is not right, or I feel like, because I feel like your ambition comes from your ambition is, how do you say that? It is a perfect balance, like a potion of ambition, but with love. So your ambition is not greedy, I want to have money. Your ambition is, I want to live a life that I love. And therefore, I am ambitious to make my money, or therefore I am ambitious, or my ambition comes from, I want to have enough money for my children. So your ambition is not greed, where your ambition does not come from a soulless place. It comes from a soulful place. You have soulful ambition, okay? You have soulful, you are soulfully provocative, okay? You really care about health, you really care about finances. Like, your drive comes from, I want my family to be better, I want my health to be better. I don't want to get manipulated by advertisement because I love my body, or I want to bring strong children to planet Earth. Does that make sense? And your future spouse is gonna love that about you. There's something about, like, you are like a warrior, or you are like somebody, you are like, I'm hearing you are a fighter, okay? I'm hearing the song by Christina Aguilera. Makes me, hold on, how does the song go? Makes me that much stronger, makes me work a little bit harder, makes me that much wiser, thanks for making me a fighter, makes me work a little bit faster, makes my skin a little bit thicker, makes me that much wiser, thanks for making me a fighter. Oh my god, I'm sorry guys, my voice is not good. I also wrote some stuff down because when I was shuffling your cards, a few things came through. I heard you can read my mind, so your future spouse will feel like you can read their mind. You could also be somebody who's really good in psychology. There is something about, like, you can read a person's mind, or you understand how a brain works, or there's something about you understand something. Like a clockwork. You understand the inside of a clockwork. I don't know in which energy this is. Again, this could be psychology, this could be emotional trauma, this could be why there's so many people that are divorced, this could be in business, it could be family dynamic, whatever it is. You have like a lot of knowledge about the inside of a clockwork, okay? And your future spouse will feel like you can read their mind, or you can, like, you scan, like you understand why they have certain problems in their life, because you understand the inside, okay? Like, you are very, very smart, I'm not gonna lie. I also wrote down, you're somebody who has like a really good comeback when you are like, oh, you're also really good in arguments or debating. When two people discuss, you're really good at, how can I say that? You're really good at having like a comeback, because I'm seeing like a scenario, like those videos where somebody's like dancing and the other person's dancing, and then the other person makes like a really cool move and everybody's like, oh. Okay, so there's something like, I feel like you impress people sometimes with what you say, or how much knowledge you have about something, or that you know something that you shouldn't be knowing, but you know it. Does that make sense? Yeah, this is what I'm picking up here. And they're like, did you just say that? How did you know that? Okay. Or your future spouse might also feel like you made them understand a certain problem that they had for like 20 years, because you were like scanning or like analyzing their mind, if that makes sense, okay? I also wrote down, yeah, you don't follow the lead, you are a leader yourself, or you don't just follow a trend or something like that, you do your own thing. I also heard that you maybe look dangerous, or maybe your lifestyle looks dangerous, or there might be an energy where you look like a resting bitch face, or you might have like like where you look dangerous because of the way that you like dress, okay? But you wouldn't hurt a fly. So it's like a hardcore but a soft shell is what I'm picking up here, okay? I'm also being brought to like Hermione, okay, where she's like very, very book smart, okay? I'm getting this energy of like, it's intuitive, but at the same time, like where intellect meets intuition. You have like this beautiful balance where both energies are coming together, okay? And again, there's something about the world or society cannot trick you. They cannot make you walk into a trap. There's something about, again, like the trap of following the book, how humans should live, and then they live miserably. You're the type of person to understand, wait a minute, everybody's following the rules, but everybody's living miserably, so I don't want to follow those rules. Let me break them, or let me do something differently here. Okay, with the moon card here, I feel like your future spouse is really gonna love your mind. They're really gonna love your intelligence, your voice, because I'm picking up, even though you have like this very fierce energy, you might even be somebody who brings, you dance between the realm of I am a fighter and I'm gonna fight for what I want, but you also have this energy of like, today I just want to laugh my ass off. Today I just want to have fun. Today I just want to dance. Today I just want to, you know, take my woman, take my man out. There's something about, you have a beautiful balance of being serious, but also being not serious at all and cracking a lot of jokes and stuff like that. Okay, let me get one more card here for you guys, and then I'm going to go to the extended. Like you have a very strong instinct is what I'm picking up here. Okay, I'm seeing like a wolf who hears a noise and they turn around and they know that there's danger. This is what I'm picking up here with you guys. Okay, there's something about you avoid traps, or you avoid like, or you help your future spouse avoid a trap or something like that. Okay, let's see. What is your future spouse gonna love so much about you? They feel very, like your future spouse feels very, very safe in your surroundings, or when they are with you. And I'm not necessarily talking about like safe when it comes to the body, you know, like protecting your body or protecting you from other people. Your future spouse feels safe around you because like I'm hearing, wow, I'm hearing you are sane in a very insane like society. Like there's a lot of people that walk around with like a twisted mind. There's something about they feel safe with you because you have like a very healthy mind, or a very healthy attitude towards life, or a very healthy ambition, a very healthy way of being serious but not losing your soul, or not becoming a stone trying to be serious, or trying to get to where you want to be. Okay, there's something about your sanity. There's something about your sanity. There's something about calling out the bullshit. They feel safe with you because again, you have like a healthy mind. So they really appreciate how healthy the relationship is because you have such a healthy mind, because you don't just I'm picking up this energy of like, again, you're also not the type of person to like, how can I say that? Since you have a healthy mind, you also have a very healthy outlook on life. And since you have a very healthy outlook on life, your energy is also very healthy in a relationship, if that makes sense. You can have normal discussions with you without manipulation, without controlling, because you are not the type of person to do that. You understand it, but you're not doing it. I don't know how else to describe it here. Okay. Let's see, what are they gonna love about you? They also feel like you have everything under control, or you're somebody who you really know how to put your life together, or how to have like a proper household, how to have a proper career, how to have proper health. Like I'm hearing everything is as it should be. Like again, they're actually gonna love your controlling energy. Okay, that you are like a control freak in certain areas. They're actually gonna really like that. Okay. Now when I say control freak, this is more so this energy of like, you might be somebody, again, you would be a really good, you would make sure if you had like a business, you would make sure that everything is clean and everything is like neat, and you would put your soul and your heart into it, and it's growing and blossoming. Does that make sense? You would not be the type of boss that doesn't give a fuck about their business as long as it makes money. And it's like a different energy. I'm also picking up, you're like, you would be a really good leader or a really good boss. Okay, because you have like a nurturing energy behind this fierce, bold energy here. Okay, let's see. I'm also hearing you're going to raise healthy children, or you have like a healthy impact on them, or something about health. And it's interesting because the card that you've chosen, everything is blossoming and blooming. There's something about you have a way of making things blossom and bloom in your life, okay? Even if it's not finances, there might be an energy where you have a really good health, a really nice body because you train, or a really healthy attitude, a very healthy positive mindset, maybe like a really beautiful apartment that you worked hard for. Okay, there's something about you have a way of making things blossom, okay, in your life, and you're also going to make a lot of things blossom in the relationship here. Let's see. What are they going to love so much about your full circle moment? You see, you make them understand a lot of things about themselves, about the world, about whatever, whoever, okay? You would be the type of person, you probably read about psychology, about like a trauma, about past life, about whatever, like you understand how the world works. This is what they're gonna love about you, because if you understand how the world works, you know how to make it work for you. There's something about you know how to make something work for you, okay? They're gonna feel like you bring so much clarity into their life. So much sanity, we talked about it, right? So much sanity, so much clarity in a very confusing world. One more. What are they gonna love so much about you? They're also gonna love about you that they can learn from you. Like having a conversation with you is never boring because you always teach something, even if you don't want to teach. I'm also hearing you teach people by the way that you live, or you are like an example by the way that you live, okay, for people. There is something about, yeah, they're really gonna love that they can like learn something from you. It's not a conversation that I'm hearing dumbing down, or like I'm also being brought to like watching something and it doesn't spark anything in your brain, and then watching something that makes you understand something better. So I don't know, they just really love talking to you because they feel like through you they understand the world better, okay, or they understand themselves better. One last card here. What are they gonna love so much about you? Artsy couple. So they're gonna love about you. I'm also hearing that you live your life in a creative way. This creativity that I'm picking up here is maybe both of you are very creative, or you both live a very creative lifestyle, or there could be an energy where you are both very creative with your outfit, both very creative with like cooking, whatever, wherever you feel like your creativity is the most intense, you and your future spouse, you're actually gonna share that energy. Okay, my beautiful pile number 2, I'm gonna extend this pick a card reading on Patreon now. The link is down in the description box. We're gonna look at how they will show you that they love you, okay? We talked about why they will love you. Now we're gonna look at how they will show you that they love you, their love language, or how they express that they really appreciate you. So if you're interested in that, the link is down in the description box. And if not, I'm going to see you in my next one. I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. So you chose this beautiful image here. Now I can reveal what it says. And it says, when the soul craves real intimacy. Let's see, let's find out what your future spouse is gonna love so much about you, okay? When they look at you, they feel like my heart is beating out of my chest. Okay, my beautiful pile number 3. I'm gonna channel the energy first, and then we're gonna talk about it, or I'm gonna show you the cards, okay? So, I was talking very loudly in pile number 2. And in pile number 1, I was talking very slowly. But with you, I'm picking up, I'm talking not so loud. My voice is a little bit more mellow than in pile number 1 and pile number 2. Could be because I've been sitting here for a while. But I'm picking up the energy. What your future spouse is gonna love so much about you is that you live in your own little bubble. You're definitely my dreamy pile. You're the type of person, you dream a lot. You live in your own little world. You live in your own little bubble. You could also be somebody who really created, like you created a lifestyle where you really honor what you believe in. So for example, I don't know how to describe it, but it's kind of like the energy where if you love Disney movies, I'm being brought to Trisha Paytas. I said it in a different reading. If I mentioned that in a different reading, and you watched that reading, it was on Patreon, but I'm being brought to Trisha Paytas, okay? Now, don't judge if you like her or not. I'm just describing the energy, okay? Because I don't want to talk about like if she's a good person, if she is not, but I want to describe the energy. I'm being brought to like Trisha Paytas, who lives in her own little bubble since she was probably born, where in her own little bubble she was like in a show. And I'm picking up the energy because I'm being brought to a video by her where she said that since she was a child, she has been dreaming of a specific thing for her wedding. I'm also being brought to Sex and the City. You would be Charlotte, okay? If you guys know Sex and the City, you know what I mean. You would be Charlotte if I could describe your energy. Very dreamy. You believe in love. You believe in being kind and friendly. You believe in doing good and doing good deeds, okay? I'm picking up you have like a very sweet, loving energy to you, but I'm also being brought to like somebody who lives in their own little bubble. For example, what did I want to say? Oh yeah, Trisha Paytas, she said that she bought a little house. And it was like a Christmas house. Oh, there might be something significant happening for you guys on Christmas, since I am saying that, because I didn't say that in pile number 1 and pile number 2. I'm picking up there might be something significant happening around Christmas season for you guys, okay? Wouldn't be surprised if you tell me that there's something going on. Okay, so she bought a little house that was supposed to, you know, like be decoration for Christmas. And she said that she feels like she manifested her dream house because this little house that she bought as decoration looks exactly like the house that she always wanted. And like this, you know how Trisha Paytas is, how she likes to be a princess or like Mickey Mouse and Disney, and her room is like colorful, and like she lives in her own little bubble where she, you know, where she puts on a costume looking like Marilyn Monroe, and then the other day she really likes to, you know, watch Disney movies, or like the way that she decorated the room for her child is very like Disney oriented. I'm picking up the energy of somebody who's like really like you create your own, like you don't, how can I say that, you don't accept reality for what it is. And I don't mean it in a way where you are delusional. I mean in a way where you are very imaginative and very dreamy, but you actually make your dreams a reality, to the point where your room or your house would look exactly like the house that you always wanted, even if it sounds like bonkers, or like, I don't know, like you would be the type of person, I don't know, I'm being brought to somebody who is dreaming so much so that they manifest it. Does that make sense? Like you're dreaming so much so that you manifest it. Or you could also be the type of person who, I'm also hearing you make a name out of yourself, or like I'm also hearing you're the type of person when you listen to a song that you feel like you are in a music video, or that you feel like you are the protagonist or the main character. Yeah, you for some of you guys, you might have like very strong main character energy, okay? Where you are somehow the main character in other people's life, because we also have celebrities, high social status and public figure, but we're going to talk about that in a second. So there's something about you have main character energy. You are the main character in a movie, and I'm picking up this energy of I'm seeing like a princess, or like a Disney princess, who's like talking to birds and telling the birds how her life, or like how her day was, or talking to rabbits, or talking to a tree, talking to the moon. Or I wouldn't be surprised if you used to have like an imaginative friend when you were a child. This is what I'm picking up here. You are still a child at heart, but you found a way how to make the child within you happy in your reality. So it's kind of like the child within you is still there. You still love to watch movies, you still love to play with like colors, you still love to create art, you still love to believe in certain things, you know, you still love to, you know, like talk to your departed grandpa, you know, like this is the energy of like a child that is still living, that is still happy and healthy in an adult body, okay? And that you somehow create a life where you are an adult, you have your responsibilities, because you definitely do, but at the same time there's also an energy of like childlike energy around your responsibility. So you could be the type of person, I don't know, where you go to work and you do your thing, but then after that you go to a dance class and you imagine that you are 𝐤𝐻𝑒𝐿𝑜 in front of the mirror. Does that make sense? Where you dream, or where you are like in an imaginative energy, where you dream that you are in a music video and you put on a performance, okay? After you're done with your corporate job. For some of you guys, you might be quite literally somebody who's manifesting their dream reality into existence. Your future spouse is so mesmerized. I'm being brought, if I look at those two cards, we have the Ace of Cups here, okay, and you can see like she's very dreamy. She's like, I'm hearing so this is love. You're the type of person, like while you're cleaning in the kitchen, you're singing and thinking about something else. You're never really quite there. You're always somewhere else with your mind. It's like, you know, I don't know, it's kind of like you could be sitting in a train. You could be sitting in a train, and while you're sitting in the train, you're like your body is not in the train, your body is by the ocean. And then you're thinking about the ocean, and then you're smiling, and people are like, why the fuck are you smiling? The train is stinky, the train is stankin'. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like you have such a strong imaginative mind, like your imagination is really beautiful. You have this sweet energy of like, I don't know, you're the energy that you carry even as an adult, even if you are 50 years old, is still the energy of like a child who's happy for no reason, or who runs around for no reason, or somebody who's still like, you know, looking at themselves in a dress. Oh, I'm a princess, I am a queen. Or you're still there's still this energy here. It's kind of like your sweetness. You have such a sweet energy. You still have this like imagination that nobody can take away from you. And again, you're the type of person, you're most likely, if you are not yet already living your dream life, you are manifesting your dream life. Let me tell you. And your future spouse is gonna love that about you, okay? They're gonna love about you that you still are so sweet in a very grumpy world, or that you have a lot of love for people. I'm also picking up somebody who helps people, like you would be the type of person to give food to a homeless person, and you would be the type of person to, you know, like I'm also being brought to like a nurse who takes care of other people. There's something about you have so much love to give, and I'm hearing it's so apparent in how you live your life, in your voice, in what you create, in how you talk to people, that you really have so much love for humanity, so much love for other women, so much love for your brothers, you know, and wanting your brothers to, you know, achieve their dreams, you know. There's something so loving about you and about the way that you live, okay? There's something about where there's a lot of grumpy people walking out there with a lot of hate, with a lot of guilt, with a lot of regret. You're the type of person, you don't regret living, because you make your reality a dream reality. Like I'm also hearing you're becoming your own dream man, your own dream woman, which is the reason why you are your future spouse's dream man, dream woman. It's kind of like the way that you create, I'm hearing the way that you create something out of nothing, or the way that you speak so much with love, or the way that you, again, I'm being brought to somebody, or like a princess who's like talking to a tree and is friends with a tree, and like I'm hearing like also Alice in Wonderland, or you know, like a Disney princess who has to, like, you know, clean the floor, but as she's doing it, she's singing and dancing. And like I'm also hearing you're somebody, you never lost faith in God. You could also be somebody who is very like you have a lot of faith, okay? Because usually those the main characters in movies, the reason they are main characters is because they have so much faith in God and in the universe that miracles happen in their life, okay? So there's something about your future spouse, feels like there's something very sweet about the way that you live, about the way that you talk to people, about the way that you see the world. I'm seeing this energy that you still have a hint of innocence, that you still see a beautiful world, even though this beautiful world could also be looked at as a very bad world. Do you know what I mean? Like you still are happy when you see like a pink sky, you know, instead of like oh, there's so much smog, like the smog is unhealthy, and you could, you could, for example, be very agitated or very irritated about the smog, but you focus on the pink sky. There's something about you still have so much, like you're also the type of person, you're happy when you see a full moon, you're happy when you see a butterfly, you talk to your cats, in case you have children, you still read like fairy tales to your children, and you do it like very theatrical, the way that you do, or you might be singing to your children, you might be watching Disney movies with your children. They're almost as if, like, I don't know, there's something so soft, something so loving about the way that you treat other people, but also in the way that you treat yourself, and in the way that you create your reality here. Okay, now the interesting thing is, let me tell you guys, I don't know where you are at on your journey, but you are a badass. I'm actually hearing your future spouse saying you are a badass. Do you know why? Because I talked about that on Patreon. So maybe some of you guys, you come from Patreon and this is your reading, but I talked about how some people say you dream too much and this is never going to work out, or you cannot just create the reality that you want, or life is not easy, or do you know what I mean? It's kind of like those people that don't believe in dreams anymore. The people, I'm also hearing maybe you have gone through an energy where people underestimated you, or it's still, the energy is still around you, and I'm letting you know you are manifesting a reality that feels like a fairy tale, that feels like a life worth living. It's kind of like you are the type of person to manifest a dream reality, or to manifest your dream house, to manifest your dream partner, to manifest your dream career. Do you know why? Because you still believe. The only difference is that you still believe, that you still believe in God, you still believe in faith, you still believe in miracles, you still believe in magic. And that is the reason why magic unfolds in you. And let me tell you, your future spouse is going to love that about you, how magical you are, or how you make magic happen in your life. Because you are so dreamy. There's something about, it seems like a dream, it looks like a dream. Or you have like also a very like a dreamy energy. Okay, I'm being brought to like mermaids and sirens. I'm being brought to like very mythical creatures. You still have that energy to you, you know? It's almost this energy where, again, you still believe in magic, and that is the reason why there's a lot of magic happening in your life, or a lot of magic will happen in your life, okay? Now, the interesting thing is I'm picking up here again that people underestimated you, or they're still doing it, but it's kind of like where people think that you are naive or stupid, or you're dumb to think that your dream can become a reality, or you're dumb to think that you can have your own business, or like you're just all talk, this is never gonna be a reality. And look at you. Again, I don't know where you are at. If you tell me it hasn't happened yet, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You will live your dream reality, you will have your dream house, your dream man, your dream vacation, whatever you're thinking about, your dream family, whatever it is. The reason is because you still believe in magic, you still believe in God, you believe in your grandparents that take care of you, you believe in your ancestors. Okay, and your future spouse is gonna love that about you, how you're still so... You're very, very smart because you dream your reality into existence, whereas other people don't believe in that anymore. They're never going to get there. I'm also hearing, I'm hearing the quote, logic will get you to A to Z. Imagination will get you everywhere. So your future spouse will be very impressed about what you are manifesting in your life, or like something about your manifestation skills, or something about your lifestyle. Okay, or how happy you are. There's something about your future spouse is gonna love you for what a happy person you are. It's like so refreshing to be. I'm also hearing you are genuinely happy. You're not just smiling and saying you're happy. People can see the happiness in your smile, in your eyes. I'm hearing your eyes are still glowing, okay, because we have the sun card here. Your eyes are still glowing like the child, like the eyes of a little baby or a little child, because you're still connected to that wondrous energy. Does that make sense? Your future spouse is gonna love you so much because you are genuinely like a happy person, or you find so much happiness in big things and small things. There's something about it's so beautiful to be with you because I'm hearing you romanticize your life. Like you bring so much. I'm hearing you have like a very romantic energy to you, to the point where you spread that romantic energy. I'm being brought to a cloud, and this cloud is pink. Or your favorite color could also be red, and you're spreading that energy and you bring so much romance. You're also the type of person, like when you speak, you say things like, oh, look at the moon is so beautiful, it is like blessing us tonight, by being out there. Or moon rituals, like honoring the moon. It's kind of like when you do rituals honoring the moon, it's kind of like as if you are like a goddess, or this energy of like a man. But like I'm also being brought to like a man who still honors nature, okay? Like in case you are a man watching, it's kind of like your future spouse, your lady or your man, whatever you're looking for, she's gonna feel like you're so in alignment with nature, you're so in alignment with God, you're so in alignment with the moon cycles, you're so in alignment with like everything. Like, I don't know, it's like you're just... I'm hearing you are walking upon earth, and you're not separated from the sun, from the moon, from the stars, from the trees, from the birds. You're connected with everything. You're so in alignment with all the elements, okay? There's something so beautiful. And again, your future spouse is gonna love being in a relationship with you. They're gonna love being with you because you have such a dreamy, romantic, soft, loving, sweet energy, okay? You have an energy where somebody can get lost in it, in your imagination, can get lost in your sweet words, can get lost in your dreamy world, okay? I'm being brought to like you would be the type of person, you might be liking a lot of cosplay, putting on costumes. It feels like being with you means true fulfillment or true happiness, where you show people you can have a heart that is full of happiness just by looking at a beautiful cloud or by looking at a beautiful star, okay? I'm also picking up this energy where your future spouse feels like every time they are with you, there's something magical happening, such as you see rainbows together, you might be seeing shooting stars together, okay? Or there might be lucky circumstances or lucky things happening every time they are with you. It's kind of like you have so much magic in your soul and in your spirit that you literally attract magic to you, like a magic opportunity to travel, or like, I don't know, like spirits coming through in case you are connected to your grandpa, that there's like a sign in the air, or a sign, like in the clouds or something like that. And it's like very magical. Like you bring a very magical energy to your future spouse, and your future spouse is gonna love that. It's kind of like the very dull and gray reality versus the bubble that you live in, versus the dream reality that you live in, versus the energy that you live in, where you talk to trees and trees talk back to you, or where you are one with the water. It's like, it's a completely... I'm hearing your future spouse is gonna love your dream reality, or the reality that you create around you, or that you are so dreamy. They're actually gonna love that. It's such a breath of fresh air compared to this dull, gray, day-to-day life, okay? Your world is very colorful or very imaginative, full of magic, full of like, I don't know, like mythical creatures, and full of how do you say that, full of like, I don't know, witchcraft and spells, and I don't know, like the energy of like almost like a movie. It's kind of like you are the type of person, you create a reality that feels like a movie, but it is because your mind is so imaginative and your mind is so strong that you actually create what you think about, okay? That's where the part comes in where people underestimate you. I don't care where you are at in life, you are manifesting your dream reality. Your future spouse is going to be so impressed by how you created something out of nothing, or by how you created like a reality that is almost like... I'm also hearing you would be the type of person to succeed with something that a lot of people fail at, because you are so connected to magic and because you're so connected to magic and your spirit guide, so they're gonna be very, very impressed by how you are so dreamy and imaginative, but that does not mean that you are delusional. You are very much down to earth. You're all up in your head, thinking about all kinds of things, okay? Romanticizing your life by putting on candles, romanticizing your life by watching Disney movies, romanticizing your life by talking or looking at the moon, right? How beautiful is it to live in that reality instead of like work, home, work, home, work, home. Isn't that beautiful? At the same time, you are very, very grounded, okay? There's an energy where a lot of you guys, you know how to make money, you know how to make your dreams come true. I almost want to say, can I say something, pile number 3? Your future spouse will feel like God really loves you, or the universe really loves you, or nature favors you. It's kind of like I'm hearing there's something about good karma about you. Your future spouse feels like you are the type of person, you are so lucky, or you're going to be very lucky in the future because you have very good karma. Because you care about animals and you care about people and you care about the environment and you care about so much. Your heart is so big that you care about so many things, okay? Kind of like, again, like a very graceful energy, like a princess or like a prince in a movie, where they care about the good for all people and not just for yourself. You are very selfless. Your future spouse is gonna love how selfless you are, or how you care for other people, how you care for animals, how you are, again, so in alignment with the moon and the sun and the stars, you know. But again, there's an energy where, don't mistake that for somebody who doesn't know how to make money, because you do. When you tell me I'm not quite there yet, you're gonna be. You're in the process of learning how to make money, or how to, again, we go back to Trisha Paytas. She lives her dream reality and she makes a hell lot of money. There's something about you are really good at making money, or you will be really good at making money once or before you meet your future spouse, or as you're meeting them, being really good at making money with something that you love, or being really good at living in this corporate world but still being happy. Like, I'm hearing it's so rare to find people that are happy nowadays. There's something about you are genuinely a happy and fulfilled person. You are fulfilled. Your soul, your heart is full. Your future spouse is gonna love that about you. Do you know why? Because you are not an energy vampire. You give energy. When you touch people, when you talk to people, you give them energy. You are like, I'm also hearing an energizer bunny. There's something about, you have so much positive energy in your aura, in the way that you speak, in the way that you talk, in the way that you create. You are somebody who gives energy. When people talk to you, they feel energized, motivated. They feel like they can conquer the world. They feel like life can be beautiful. You're the type of person, when somebody comes to you with a grumpy mood, they come like, I'm hearing like a, do you say a shram? Like, when somebody comes to you with a grumpy mood, they leave your place with a happy mood. That's what I'm picking up here. It's kind of like you give off happy energy, or you give off loving energy, or you give off love or romantic energy, or something like that. Okay. I'm also picking up the energy that you know a lot about nature, or you know a lot about the universe, and your future spouse is gonna love that about you. Or there's something about your future spouse feels like, oh, I'm hearing the song by Justin Bieber. What is it called? I'm hearing, every time you're not around, it feels like I'm missing my blessings. So I'm picking up the energy of like, your future spouse is gonna love you so much because you have such a grateful energy, to the point where, like, I don't know how to describe that energy. It feels like you show them, oh, I'm hearing you will show your future spouse what life is about, or you will show them their way to happiness. It's kind of like you found your way to happiness, or you found what makes you happy. You are in the process, but I'm picking up, you're going to help your future spouse to find their fulfillment, or to find their happiness here. I'm hearing you're gonna point towards something, or it feels like somebody who has been like missing this magical energy in their life, somebody who has been missing the spark in the I'm hearing you're gonna spark the energy of magic, or you're gonna make your future spouse believe in God again, believe in spirits again, believe in mediumship. I'm hearing you're gonna make your future spouse believe again. There's something about maybe they stopped believing in something. They might have even stopped believing in love, and there you are. Does that make sense? Your future spouse is gonna love you because you make them believe again. Okay, because you make them believe in something again, or you make them, and I'm also hearing believing as seeing. Listen, okay, listen to me, pie number 3. Listen, your future spouse is gonna love you. I'm hearing until the end of time. I don't know why it's so dramatic. I'm hearing your future spouse is gonna love you until the end of time, because you make them believe something so much so that they see it. So let's say you tell your future spouse, you can talk to your grandpa. They didn't believe in mediumship. They didn't believe in talking to departed loved ones. And then they talk to you. They spend time with you. And then one day they think to themselves, okay, let me talk to my departed grandpa when pie number 3 says this is working. And on that day, something magical happens just because you told them to do something, or just because you inspired them to do something. Or you would be the type of person to say, make a wish, there's a shooting star. This person doesn't believe. They're making a wish. What happens? That wish comes true. Your future spouse is gonna love you until the end of time because you make them believe again, so much so that there's some type of miracle happening in their life. This could be their grandpa, their grandma talking to them. This could be like something, you're gonna make something miraculous happen in your future spouse's life, or something like, even like something spooky, or something like otherworldly, okay? It's gonna happen in your future spouse's life is what I'm picking up here. Or something trippy, or something like that. Now with a celebrity, high social status, or public figure, for some of you guys, you already are a public figure. You might be somebody on social media. You might be working on your social media right now. You want to be an influencer in the future, or there's something that you want to do. You want to maybe become like a model. For a lot of you guys, you're going to meet your future spouse. Like your future spouse is going to love that. First of all, they're going to love you so much because like, I'm hearing you make the most out of life, and there's something about they will see, or they will feel like you're very, very talented at something, okay? May that be that you're photogenic and you should be a model. May that be you're very, very talented at public speaking. You're very, very talented with doing hair, doing nails. You have your own website and stuff like that where people can do something, or like where people can get an appointment with you. Feeling if you're not quite there yet, you will be as you're meeting your future spouse. I'm also picking up the energy. What your future spouse is gonna love about you is how you gracefully handle like responsibility, okay? I'm picking up, if I could describe the energy, I'm picking up like a mother who has children and she's very stressed, but she has a way of not screaming at the children because she is stressed, or she has a way of very gracefully. I'm hearing you have a lot on your plate, like going to work, taking care of children. There's something about your future spouse will feel like you have so much on your plate, or you carry your responsibilities very gracefully. It's kind of like, yeah, there's something I'm also hearing you take care of people, or again, there could also be some type of service that you offer to people in the future, or you already are doing it, and your future spouse will feel like you have so much responsibilities on your shoulders, but you have so much fun, or you're still a happy person, or you're still fulfilled, or you still have a genuine smile. I'm hearing you carry the world on your shoulders. There's something about you carry the world on your shoulders. This could also be that you take care of, you know, like you take care of somebody in need, you know, in your family, and it's like very exhausting, but you still have so much reasons to smile even though you have this burden. There's something about, although you have a burden on your shoulders, or although you have a lot on your plate, also being brought, it almost feels like although you have so much like burden, this could also be although you have such a, I'm also hearing although you have such an ugly past. For some of you guys, this could be like, although you have such an ugly past, you still have a heart of gold, or you still believe in dreams, or you still believe in God, although something bad happened to you, and your future spouse is really they're gonna love you so much for being such a happy, yet responsible, but very happy or fulfilled or very content person, or like somebody who's happy with small things, but that doesn't mean that you stop there. If you want bigger things, you're making them happen, if that makes sense. I'm also being brought to like the pursuit of happiness, where Will Smith, he was still holding, like he had like this energy of like almost being homeless, right? With his child, he was like a single father, and he still went to work. He still went to work every day. He still was hustling, like the hustle and bustle. He still made things happen. He still believed in making a better future for his children. He didn't give up. Your future spouse is gonna love you because you're not a quitter. I'm hearing you are not a quitter, you are a winner. It doesn't matter where you are at, you're gonna win. You're not a quitter, you are a winner. Your future spouse is gonna love that about you, okay? Listen, I'm also picking up the energy. There's something about, I'm hearing your future spouse is gonna see that you are somebody who doesn't give up when there's bad times, or it doesn't give up when it gets tough. And I'm hearing it's very like metaphorically for how you're also not gonna give up on the relationship when it gets tough, or the marriage when it gets tough. Okay, I'm hearing again, you're not a fair weather person, although you might look like one, where people think, oh, you know, you're so dreamy, or you're always happy, or you don't know what it feels like to struggle, or I don't know, your life is so easy when it's not easy at all. You make your life look easy when it's not easy at all. And it's like I'm also hearing it's like a talent, or it's like an energy of grace to make something, or like a responsibility. For some of you guys, you also have like a big responsibility, like a business, children, you take care of. I'm also being brought to like animals, like you take care of like stray animals, or you are somebody who fights for animal rights or something like that. There's something about like you have some type of big responsibility upon your shoulders that is very heavy for other people, but very light for you, or you have a way of gracefully listen, I'm being brought to somebody who has like a spoon and an egg on the spoon, and they have to walk and not let the egg fall down. This is what it feels like with you guys. You have a talent of making something difficult look easy, or you have a way of living a difficult life but still being fulfilled or happy, or still dreaming. But you could also be somebody who puts a lot of work into making your dreams happen, which is your future spouse is gonna love that about you. Okay, let me get one more card here. I'm also hearing you have a lot of people's hearts, or you have like a really, if this is not about you being on social media, this could also be about your reputation. There's something about, I keep picking up good karma, and I keep picking up that a lot of people talk very positively about you. Okay, there's something about you touched a lot of people's heart, or you will be touching a lot of people's hearts, okay, including your future spouse. Or there's something about a lot of people will say how much good you've done for them, okay, something like that. Or what a kind person you are. Your future spouse is gonna fall in love with you because you are kind and brave. This is what I'm hearing, kind and brave. Okay, let's see, one more. And your bravery comes from love, and your kindness comes from love. You genuinely believe in being kind to people. Not to get something, not because you think you have to, it's because you genuinely believe in being kind to people. You genuinely believe that humanity needs love, or that love is the answer. Okay. Who wouldn't fall in love with you? Yeah, I'm also picking up here might be somebody, a lot of people fall in love with you, or even platonic is what I'm picking up here. Let's get one more card here with you guys. I'm hearing, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when the sky is gray. And we talked about it, how much color you will bring into your future spouse's life when the sky is gray. Let me get one more here for you guys, and then we're going to head to the extended, because we're going to look at how your future spouse will show you that they love you, how they will show you that they appreciate you, their love language basically. So if you are interested in that, the link is down in the description box, okay? Why are they going to love you so much, your future spouse? Look at that energy. She's like jamming. I'm hearing, we're jamming. I wanna jam it with you. Like Bob Marley energy is also what I'm picking up. You might also be like a hippie in your soul, in your core, and it's just a beautiful energy to be around. You still see peace, harmony, love, beauty in the world, even if the world is kind of questionable. But I'm hearing you still see beauty. I'm hearing you seek magic, and magic seeks you. You seek beauty, and beauty seeks you. You seek harmony, and harmony seeks you. Okay, but I'm hearing, I wanna jam it with you. We're jamming, jamming, and I hope you like jamming too. You're the type of person you're the type of person to make people dance, or to make people like imagine things, or to make people think about aliens, or to make people think about everything outside of the day-to-day reality. You make people go elsewhere in their mind, and they love that, okay? And I hope you like jamming too. I'm also hearing you believe in unity, you believe in sisterhood, you believe in brotherhood. Opposition. We have here relates, mirror. Wow. Your future spouse is going to love you because they feel like they're looking into a mirror. They're going to feel like you're just like them. Isn't that interesting? They could also feel like you're extremely beautiful, and what makes you so beautiful is your energy, not even the way you look. Just your energy, your grace, the good deeds that you do. It's your energy is very beautiful here. They will feel like they're looking into a mirror when they look at you. They will feel like you are the male or the female version of them. You say things that they think, or you have the same belief system. They will feel like you are the male or the female version of you. Opposition. With the mirror here, it says relates, mirrors, interacts, confronts, makes conscious, manifests. We talked about it. You're like a really good manifester. If you tell me I'm not quite there yet, you will be. Your future spouse will love you because you are the type of person you manifest things into your reality. Okay, and they feel like if you already can manifest what you're manifesting, what else can you manifest? Okay, they will be so, and they will also feel like you can also manifest like a successful marriage. Does that make sense? It's something about like you are such a good manifester that they also believe in like manifesting a lasting marriage. I don't know, this is like very odd. This might be some hidden thoughts that they have in their mind. Let's see, what are they gonna love so much? Yeah, look at that. And the card says balance. How balanced and harmonious you are. That does not mean that you're not aware of all the shit that is going on in the world. It just means that you decide to live in a different reality because you can. Because that one is not nice. You go there, you go to that reality if you have to for work and stuff like that, but once you clock out, you are in your reality. In the reality where you are happy. And not an energy vampire where you have to suck energy out of other people's body or whatever. Yeah. Oh my god, guys. Didn't I say I see you holding a spoon, and on the spoon there is an egg? Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it looks exactly as what I described. There's something about, and we also talked about like balance. There's something about you're really good at work-life balance, or you are really good at balancing your work and your home life. There's something about you're really good at balancing things. You are a very, very balanced person, and therefore very harmonious and content. And it's a pleasure to be in your energy is what I'm hearing. One more. What are they gonna love so much about you? We have Uranus. Okay, let's see. It says revolution, yeah. You bring change into your future spouse's life. Your future spouse feels like you bring so much change. It feels like you think differently, you live differently, your reality is different, your lifestyle is different, and it's such a fresh breeze, or like a fresh breath of air to be in your energy, because I'm hearing everything else is boring. They will feel like their reality is boring. They want to live in your reality. I don't know how to explain it. It's very beautiful. So we have here Uranus, and it says revolution, breakthroughs, brainstorming. Again, we talked about it. There's something about you have a very powerful mind to manifest. Okay. And we also have here originality. You see, you are like very like your lifestyle, your room, the way that you dress, your career, like what you believe in, the way that you talk, your poems. There's so much originality in what you do and how you live your life. And your originality makes you so interesting. It's kind of like the original is always the best is what I'm hearing. So there's something about not boring, not by the book, by original, and maybe breaking some rules. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Insight, awakening, technology, innovation, humanitarianism. We talked about it. How you like you believe in humanity, or you believe in unity, or you believe in helping people. And I'm also hearing you're gonna be a very like influential person. There's something about you will be, or you already are, a very influential person here. Okay. You use your voice for good, is what I'm hearing. Reform, surprise, freedom, experimentation. Yeah, that's what I'm also hearing. Yeah, there's something about your future spouse is gonna love how you experiment with living life, or how you experiment with lifestyles, how you experiment with clothing, how you experiment. There's something about you are so interesting is what I'm hearing. It's so interesting to talk to you, to be in your energy, to see how you're living. Your room is interesting. The art that you create is interesting because you break some rules. You live in your own little bubble, and your own little bubble is very colorful. Okay. The unexpected, rupture, edge, diversity, enlightening. The unexpected. There could also be an energy where your future spouse feels like, since you are so dreamy, I'm also hearing the unexpected energy could also be that they're going to be very surprised about. I'm also hearing there's something about you very contradicting, dreamy yet very serious, or dreamy but yet very hardworking. These are like two things that you usually don't see. Like there's something about like you're very contradicting. You could also be somebody who dresses very like dark but you're very sweet, or you dress very sweet but you have like a very edgy energy to you. But overall, your future spouse feels like living a life with you means living an interesting life, or living a life with you means living a colorful, dreamy, romantic, magical life. Okay. Pie number 3, I'm also hearing you will make your future spouse stop and stare at the stars. And I don't even know how to describe it. It almost feels like you will make your future spouse feel connected to God, or feel connected to their spirit guides, or you will make them feel connected to something higher, or you will make them feel connected to love. You will make them feel connected to like some type of spark or some type of fulfillment. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like you will make them realize, stop. Don't worry too much. Look at the sky and make a wish. It's kind of like this magical energy of like, you can talk to your spirit guides about it, or this energy of like, let's look at tarot cards and see what is going to happen. And it's kind of like, oh, you know, kind of like in the movie, let's look at cards together. This is the type of energy. It's kind of like you make life fun. That doesn't mean that you are immature. You are very, very mature. You are, I'm hearing the child within you is still alive, but you are a very graceful, mature, and responsible adult. But that doesn't mean that the child within you is not living. The child within you is happy. And the life that you create for yourself as an adult still has a hint of like colors and magic and believing and making a wish and, you know, like spooky things and I don't know, like contemplating about what is possible and stuff like that. So gonna feel like you're super duper innovative, kind of like you don't just cook a meal, you cook a meal in your own style. There's something about everything that you do it with some type of originality, or you never do it according to a receipt or a recipe. You always do it according to your intuition, always do it according to the child within you that tells you to make this pink and make this blue and make this green when everybody else makes it black, or the other way around, okay? Now, one more thing that I'm also hearing, it's a very weird energy, but I'm picking up your future spouse is gonna be almost speechless. They don't even know where to start to describe you, your lifestyle, your energy, or, you know, they're not gonna know where to start to describe you. It's almost as if they could talk about you all day because they admire you so much. Like, oh, my wife, she's doing this and she's doing that and she's helping people and she's doing this and she's doing that. Or my husband, he's doing this, he's doing that. I think they're even going to get on their friends' nerves because they talk so much about you, okay? Because you're so interesting that there's not enough time in a day to describe you. Is what I'm picking up here, okay? Okay, my beautiful pie number 3. I'm gonna extend this reading now on Patreon. We're gonna look at how your future spouse is gonna show you that they love you. What is their love language? How are they gonna make love to you and tell you or show you that they're so in love with you? So if you're interested in that, the link is down in the description box. And if not, I'm going to see you in my next one. I wish you a lovely day. Bye.